Marvel Rivals has finally listened to the community, shifting the meta and power scales of several heroes, from Loki to Thor to even Jeff. This comes after community complaints about the rise and the game being still headed towards a downfall.
It's less about it being balanced, which I don't think it is unbalanced if you consider pro play and stuff. It's just boring, right?
It feels like the longer the game comes out, the more angry people get. Like literally, like the definition of burnout, right? Like they're doing the same thing over and over and over again and just getting sick of it or something.
Loki, Luna, Black Panther, Jeff, Emma, all reasons of frustration for members and streamers of the community, but should no longer be valid anymore. The purpose of this patch is to make more healers fun and viable, while also letting other characters finally see some spotlight and change the gameplay loop. So let's get into it. First on the agenda, we got the updates for the Vanguard. So we got Captain America removing their team up anchor bonus of 5% damage. They're doing a lot with team up, so we can cover a little bit more of that later. Emma Frost increasing Diamond Form cooldown from 15 seconds to 18 seconds and reducing telepathic pulse energy gain when hitting shields from 10 to 5. It is nerfing Emma. Emma's kind of been real crazy and it's kind of made other tanks very unfun. So having them touch Emma, great thing. Penny Parker, and this is what I'm excited for. Penny Parker. Spider Drone new effect. Now slows enemies hit for by 8% for 2 seconds. Each hit stacks the effect and resets the slow period, stacking up to 40%. This is really good, especially with the other update. Reduce Spider Drone new release interfere during the ultimate ability from 0.7 to 0.5. And so the first part of the update, this essentially just make all her nests. This adds a slow to the mines that come from the nest. So not the mines that you have to press the button to throw, but the ones that come from the nest. Those have the slow effect. And then the second update is only for the ultimate ability, so she can throw mines or her ultimate ability much quicker. Both great effects. Her ult sucked anyway. Do I think this is really gonna help her ult? No. Does she probably still have the worst ult of all tanks? Probably. Yep. Yeah, she does. But is she gonna be significantly better from this minor change? Yes. And I think Penny, with these changes, and of course the Rocket team up, she's kind of one little touch away from being broken. You don't want to touch her too much, because even though she's one of the weaker tanks, you touch her too much, she can be really overpowered really quickly and really unfun to play against really quickly. The next big one, Big Thor. So Thor gets increased movement speed during ultimate ability from 600 to 700. This is actually very huge for Thor. And then after the ultimate ability lands, stuns surrounding enemies for 1 second. This right here is a game changer for Thor. Thor already is a fan favorite, but he's not the strongest. But the main area where I think Thor has struggled has been in his ultimate ability. And if it hasn't been the ultimate ability, it could be the fact that he can't block damage, as Magneto, Strange, Emma Frost can do, Groot can do. So this, while he isn't able to block things, he can guarantee a kill or a stun, making his ultimate ability be able to be teamed up with other abilities. So amazing for Thor. I think this will definitely push him into the meta. Doctor Strange reduces Maelstrom of Madness cooldown from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Crazy buff. Reduce base health from 600 to 575. Doesn't really do anything. He did get buffed though with that cooldown. That's going to essentially allow him to do a lot more damage throughout the game, making his ultimate charge even faster. And Strange is already strong, so this kind of just catapults him into him and Magneto being the meta again, probably. But who knows? We'll see. You got Penny and Thor getting buffed. That is it for the tanks. But next is for the duelists. So Black Panther reduced bonus health gain when striking vibranium marked enemies with a spirit rend from 30 to 25. That does really absolutely nothing to me. I don't think that really helps like counter. The issue with him is his speed, but you also kind of want to keep that speed. Otherwise, he's kind of unplayable. And reduce base health from 300 to 275. I'm not sure, but I know the reason they did this is because of the team up he's getting with Hulk, which I'm sure we'll cover soon. And then Blade, increase ancestral sword damage per single slash from 22 to 24. That's not doing shit. I ain't gonna lie. I am starting to see a meta forming, or a potential meta to be formed with Blade. but I don't think these changes actually stop anything or help anything. Here's the big one. Magic. Remove team up anchor bonus of 15% damage boost. They reduce the charge time required for magic / maximum damage from 1.8 to 1.2. They give her a new slash effect. Excuse me. Projectile now pierces enemies and reduces stepping this cooldown by 1 second per enemy pierced. Basically meaning her cooldown is going to be crazy. In addition to that, she has more buffs. She gets increased soul sword damage from 65 to 75. That's kind of busted. Could that? Okay. Increases Eldritch World damage from 45 to 50. Increases Demon Rage damage per hit from 18 to 20. And increases melee damage. Increases melee normal damage attack damage from 30 to 40. And during Darkchild, increases Eldritch World single hit damage from 35 to 45. And increases Umbral Incursion damage from 135 to 140. So she's about to shift the meta. Instead of it being Black Panther being spammed, it's about to be Magic. And it's going to be Psylocke too. And it was Psylocke really beforehand. But they also just nerfed Psylocke, decreasing the retrieve damage of wing shurikens per hit from 12 to 8. She's still going to be played a shit ton. And her and Magic are going to be annoying as hell. Magic's probably going to get banned a lot if she's as strong as it's looking like she is on paper. Squirrel Girl. Reduce burst acorn damage from 110 to 100. Really? Okay. Increases the hit damage of Squirrel Blockade from 35 to 50. Okay, that's adds more damage. And increases Mammal Bond cooldown from 10 to 15. So overall, she's getting nerfed. And they're trying to like counterbalance this where it's not that much of a nerf. I'm not sure they really need to touch her at the moment. And then Bucky. Trooper's Fist, new effect. So the second strike now applies a first debuff to enemies hit, preventing them from using mobility abilities. So Bucky now can stop you from getting away. I think that's going to be really impactful for the DPS to only have like one movement ability, like Hela, like one piece of survival in a kit. So right now I can see the meta shifting because one, we got some more tanks in the mix. So Penny, Thor should be a lot better. So they could be more in the meta. Emma's probably going to fall out of meta at least a little bit. But she can't be out the meta too much to deal with dives. So you might even see, you know, Emma and Penny played a lot more together, depending how strong Magic is. As far as DPS goes with the meta shifting. I missed over some things. I'm so sorry. Moon Knight now holds up to 2 charges each, taking 6 seconds to recharge. For his blade. Okay. And Scarlet, the big one. I don't know how I forgot this. Scarlet Witch can now be healed by teammates during her Mystic Projection, which is her movement ability to fly away, and increases her ultimate damage and reality eraser damage from 800 to 9999, meaning you're dead. Like you're not surviving that. And she has a new effect that now pulls enemies with pulls them in when they're nearby within 15 meter radius during cast charge. So max pull speed up to 2.4 meters per second. Okay, so that I think is gonna be the meta shifter. I think we're gonna see a lot more Scarlets. I think we're gonna see her effectiveness go up. I think we're gonna see her being automatically used to deal with Magic. Like if Namor is banned, instead of Namor being banned as much, it could be Scarlet, honestly, depending on how strong this makes her ultimate ability. Because her ultimate ability, while it was strong, it wasn't that plausible. It took a certain level of coordination. And I think now Scarlet Witch, if you liked her before, you're gonna love her. And if you hated her before, you really gonna hate her now. That's bigged up. That's really big for the meta. Especially because one thing that Scarlet does do well, she counters players like Torch. She counters flyers pretty well, and Torch has been meta really for like 2 seasons or like a season and a half or whatever. So I think this is actually gonna be really big for the meta. And Psylocke, she's still gonna be around. And then for strategists, Invisible Woman, slow effect, sorry, increases slow effect passing. Increases the slow effect for enemies passing through her ultimate ability from 30% to 35%, and increases the healing in her ultimate from 165 to 180. That's huge. A lot of times, a lot of people would pick Luna and like a lot of other healers over her because their ultimate ability was just better. But I think now this kind of brings them up to like an even playing field, especially because Luna Snow reduced Fate of World's ultimate ability duration from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, making it no longer the longest healing ult. I think Cloaks might even be longer. And this will also make it where now it's not as much of a reason for Loki to copy her. Let's go next. Let's go to the healer I'm really excited about. This is Jeff, right? I think Jeff is going to change the meta with this change right here. Jeff's ultimate ability now leaves an 8-meter radius healing pool at the point of activation that heals allies within range by 100 heals per second. Healing pool lasts for 8 seconds. So essentially, it has a 800 healing circle area. The only question I have for this is just going to be like by activation. That means that when he clicks to activate the ultimate, which kind of what I would think, or would it be when he initiates the activation by the swallowing effect? Because part of me kind of wishes it was the latter. However, to keep it from being busted, they might have to make it to when he starts the ultimate, like when he first clicks it to go underground. Because if it's when he comes back up to swallow people, that's gonna be nuts. Cause that basically means Jeff is gonna be fucking nuts, man. I think this changes a lot for Jeff. I think Jeff was already a character that people hated how strong he was, and people were in denial with how strong he was just because his ult sucked. And it did suck. It truly did suck. I kind of wish that Marvel Rivals will go into a different direction with these healing ults, that maybe instead of having them all just heal people, maybe have them all do something like strategic. Like, I don't know. Maybe give Luna Snow the ability, instead of having a healing circle, she has like a freezing circle where she freezes enemies there and gives them, I don't know, increased damage, or gives a damage reduction to her teammates. I don't like that every healer has like the straight healing circle thing. However, for Jeff, the way everything's balanced right now, he needed this. So shout out to all Jeffs out there. You're gonna win a lot more. Shit, he could even get Jeff might even fuck around and get banned for real. Especially with the team up with Storm. Jeff might be kind of busted. How would that affect the team up? Now I'm very curious. Could Tornado start healing? I don't know. Mantis. Mantis gets a movement boost from Nature's Favor. Now decays over. I'm sorry. Movement boost from Nature's Favor now decays to 0 over 2 seconds after being hit instead of instantly disappearing. Cool. Slight buff. Yeah. Loki. This hurts, especially because in the gameplay I'm using Loki, so this really hurts. Loki, reduce illusions damage and healing ratio from 100% of the healing to 80%. And for those who don't know what this means, each clone currently does 100% of the damage or healing that he would initiate if it was like an actual version of him. And now it is 80%. For balancing purposes, it makes complete sense. It actually makes a whole lot of sense that they would heal and do less damage to him. I just hate this because I really don't want Loki to be unusable. He's one of my favorite healers in the game. But realistically, it's probably needed. He's kind of busted. And then reduces God of Mischief, his ultimate ability, shapeshift period from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Not sure this was actually needed. But also, this is what I do think is needed. If you're using an active duration ability, aka Luna Snow's ultimate ability, reduces the shapeshift residual period after the ability ends from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. That's needed. Kind of. I don't know. I didn't really want to see Loki get nerfed. I just wanted to see Luna Snow get nerfed. But I get it. He was really the best healer in the game. Like, low-key. Or maybe not low-key. Low-key. Ultron. Ultimate ability, new effect, deals 125% damage to bonus health. So essentially he does 25% additional damage now with this patch to bonus health, countering Rocket, countering torch after the dive. What else would this counter? It doesn't counter. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal, to be honest. However, I think this is another way to counter Rocket's ultimate ability, and I don't know if Rocket needed that, to be honest. Kind of feel bad for Rocket, because right now, like if I'm a healer, why would I use Rocket? I would use Jeff. If I'm a healer, I'm probably still going Loki. If I'm a healer, I'm definitely going Invisible Woman. I'm still going Luna Snow. I just feel like this might do something for Rocket. However, as far as the meta goes, this gives people a reason to actually play healers, because now you don't have to play the same 2, 3. You can play anybody. Like, I bet not hear a single complaint about Jeff at all. And that is it for like the buffs and nerfs. The main thing now we're going over is the team ups. So Magic, I'm sure you guys seen it, so I'll just cover it briefly. Magic has a team up where she gets to pull 2 enemies together, and that is part of the Strange and Wanda team up. Pretty crazy. Don't think it's actually going to be that useful because it doesn't really fit her playstyle, in my opinion. But unless you're going to use it to combo with something else, I don't know. Magic, yeah, she joins that, blah, blah, blah. What else? Thor has a team up with Angela that actually lives in to essentially dive people. And I think it also gives a new Thunderstrike effect. This will be nice. Black Panther joins the Gamma team up. Not sure if that shit was needed. Why is Iron Man in this picture? I think they did a typo. But he joined the team up, so Black Panther now gets a Gamma shield that automatically would trigger in the team up. I think when he drops below 100 health or some shit. Is that useful? Fuck yeah. Is it busted? Low key. But I don't think it's gonna be as good as you think. I think that's really only gonna prevent him from getting like one shot 1 week, or like it might help him survive a little bit longer with like going against a Namor. But truthfully, I don't think this team is gonna see the light of day. Like, I don't know. I don't think this team is gonna see the light of day. Like, why would this team up see the light of day when Thor is kind of busted, man? Like, you still got the Namor team up. You got the Black Panther team up. Like Emma might not get banned as much anymore. So who's gonna get banned? If it's a tank, it's probably Hulk or Penny. So I don't know, bro. What else is new? I think that's kind of it. Yeah, I mean, and of course, you know, Magic is taken away from the Psylocke team up, blah, blah, blah. But that's it. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think this will do to the meta. Do you think it's going to shift the meta? Who are you excited to use? Because me personally, I'm really excited for these meta changes. I'm excited to see what healer is going to be used more often. I'm excited to see Jeff actually encouraged. I'm excited to see Penny be really fucking good, man. And hopefully not banned. But people ban her already. But like she's banned now, but she's not that good. She's not that strong unless you're really smart. You just outsmart people. So I think this will give Penny the ability to actually be a strong character. And Thor, oh yeah, clap it for Thor. So happy for Thor players. Thor deserves some shine, some spotlight. Thor, bro, it's been rough watching Thor try to play through Celestial and through GM. Trying to bully your way through. This will go against an Emma, a Groot, a Penny even, because Penny counters Thor pretty well. So I'm excited for Thor. I think Thor needed this. That aside, I think the meta is gonna be entirely different. I think DPS is gonna be different. Leave a comment down below who you're excited to use more than anyone else, and what changes you think are gonna have the biggest impact on this season. Deuces.